Hey guys, so over the weekend, the very popular legacy server or private vanilla server Nostalrius had its third and final stress test. Now, if I'm assuming that since you clicked on this video, you already know all the stuff about legacy servers. If not, you can just Google legacy server on YouTube. There's a bunch of people that have gone over in great detail. But for those who do, I know that my channel is basically indie games. Now, I consider this to be kind of indie. Just in the fact that it's not like an official, thing. This is all fan made. It's non-profit. They're not getting any money for it. But I played Vanilla WoW when I was a lot younger, and I've played WoW since then. Technically, actually, my account's still active, though I'm kind of easing my way out of it. Now, I loved this version of the game, and I've always been skeptical about private servers, and I didn't get to play Nostalrius when it was first launched. So now that it's coming back, I'm pretty excited. I decided to do the stress test to see how it was and whatnot. I know that this was done so that they can obviously know what to expect at launch, to get things prepared and whatnot. So I decided to help them out. Just like everyone else is very passionate about this, and they're helping them out as well. So when I first got in, you saw in the video I was DCing over and over and over again. Expected. There's so many people that are trying to log on, and you see I just got DC'd again. And as I said, it's expected. There was a tremendous amount of lag, even though it says that my MS was really high or low. You would click on a spell or something like that, and it would take like 10,000 years for you to for it to actually happen. That's expected. So what they wanted to do with this stress test was that once you created your character, you logged in and you went to the main character of your race, the main city, sorry, you get an instant 60. And there's like there's all these vendors you'll see in the video. There's like a mall where a lot of private servers actually do this by default. There'll be instant boosts or something like that. There'll be like 10 times like experience rate or something like that. And the reason why I wanted to play Nostalrius is because it's just the original experience, and it was like the closest thing that everyone said to the actual original experience. So they decided to do this just to see like how world events are going to go down, because that was a big part of Vanilla WoW as it was. So as you see here, there was so many people. Like I really, for a private server like community, I was expecting there to be a lot of people, but it was actually ridiculous like how many people were there. So you get there, and then everyone's riding around. I had no idea what was happening, like at all. I probably should have read up on it when I was there, but so you get the free boost or whatever and stuff like that. And they said that they were gonna have they were gonna spawn high level like raid bosses in the areas and whatnot, and that there's already like the community was talking about doing the Terran Mill versus South Shore kind of like world PvP experience, which I decided to do that as well as one of the bosses, and to just kind of explore kind of some of the zones. I wanted to do a lot of these things, but since there was so many people, I ended up, and you'll see throughout these videos, the majority of the time just spam either keys or like clicking on something, because it would just take like 10,000 years for it to actually finally register. And I said, expected. It's a stress test. It might be like this when the servers launch. They are splitting the servers, and not everyone's going to be running straight to Stormwind from the beginning. So maybe it might be like a little bit different. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe sort of taking a day or two off when it launches, and then kind of starting afterwards. I also don't know. I chose a paladin. I don't know why I did that, because I knew that I was going to be doing like Terran Mill and stuff like that. And as you see here is the footage for that. And I mean, with the lag also too, I was just standing back, not doing anything, because if I would try and run up to that, like I would just get immediately killed, and I can't really do anything. I mean, neither can anyone else, but everyone's just spamming AoE. So it sucked. Like I really wanted to enjoy this. It was cool seeing it, but I wasn't able to do anything. I just stood back there, and then I decided to run up and like try and attack people, and it just wouldn't do anything. And this is nothing against Nostalrius. Like I think everyone should have expected it. I don't know why. Maybe I expected a little bit better of an experience. Um, but yeah, I have no idea why I expected that. So that was a little unenjoyable. And then, so afterwards, I decided that I was just gonna leave. And there was I wanted to see how the game differed from Retail and Cataclysm, kind of took over, but I thought that would take like forever to find like a zone where that happened, and so one of like the system messages popped up saying that there's vendors in Westfall or something like that. So I decided, hey, like Westfall kind of actually changed during that as well. So you'll see after I get out here, I decided to try and go back to the Griffins, and they actually killed the Flight Master there. So I just hearthed because I was still back in. My hearth was still set in. I set my. I didn't have footage for it, but I actually set my hearth for Stormwind, and then I guess it didn't register because of the lag. Because you'll see I hearth and I end up back in Elwyn. So I decided to go back to Westfall and like look around, and I knew that Sentinel Hill was like one of like the big things that changed, and I went there, and actually the funny part about it was I was kind of disappointed. I thought that it was going to be a lot different. I thought I was going to enjoy it more and like get like nostalgic, but then you just go, and Sentinel Hill is kind of like this just boring, kind of like camp, you know. So like to put my opinions out there, I'll talk a little bit more at the end, but I think that there are good things about Retail and there's tremendous things about vanilla. So it kind of just, you know, furthered that, like knowing that I was like, oh, okay, so maybe like the actual like changes in Cataclysm to the zones were kind of cool too. Here is where I remembered that there's actual things called talent trees, and it took forever to finally do them, but then so like I just started like riding around, and they said over the system message that they spawned Kazakh in the wetlands, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna end this here because I kind of did my part, you know. I participated in some events. I actually did it, like I actually downloaded the thing and logged in and did it, and I wasn't really you know, enjoying it. So so yeah, so they spawned Kazakh, and the alliance decided to kind of kite him back into oh my god, I can't remember the main town in the wetlands. Menethil Harbor? Yeah. They decided to bring them back in there. I guess it's smart, kind of, I guess. So like on top of trying, so the Horde came, right? And they were just trying to get into Menethil Harbor. So while we have on one side, the Horde was attacking us, we had Kazakh one-shotting people in the back. So we ended up losing complete control. You'll see at the end of the video of Menethil Harbor. They completely won. That was really stupid on our behalf. That was it was fun to see all that. Like you'll see in the footage, it was actually like really cool. Actually, here's where I go to see Sentinel Hill, and it's kind of like how it is in Retail, except there's just less. You know, things like that don't make or break the game, but like I actually completely forgot that the Griffin or the Flight Master is right there. So like when it comes out, it's gonna be actually really enjoyable to like go through all the leveling process and stuff and see kind of the stuff I forgot. So yeah, so they completely won over us in Menethil Harbor. So that was fun. You know, I can admit it. You know, I'm definitely Alliance 100%. I was Horde in Burning Crusade, but I'm mainly Alliance. And it just still blows my mind, like, how many people are there. And it's not that, like, everyone on the server was there. Everyone was split up. There was, like, different events happening in different areas. I knew there's one, I think, in, like, Duskwood. And some other places, I know that. Just, like, for example, like, I was in Stormwind. There was people in Ironforge, or in Dunmoreau, and in Teldrassil, and all the other Horde ones, too. So, there's a lot of people, and I think that's a good thing and a bad thing, because I'm a little bit worried about how everything is going to handle out when it releases and what Blizzard's going to do. because it would be so lame if they shut down after all this work. So, getting the end of the video, kind of just a recap. The stress test wasn't fun, but it was supposed to, fun was supposed to be the second, aspect of it. It was really supposed to be for them to figure out how they were going to do how everything was going to go. I'm trying to move away from retail. I pretty much officially stopped playing, but I'd like to experience this old version one last time. Get some nostalgia in. I'm excited about the server, but at the same time, I don't agree with people seeing this as a permanent solution. I'm gonna play and then get max level and raid for a little bit and probably just wipe my hands clean of it. The server comes out on the 17th, so next weekend I will be doing a review on this after I hit 40 about the whole server in general, not World of Warcraft, but how the server is in itself. I'll be Alliance. I'm going to be playing a human paladin. My name, as you can see, Claymore was taken, but I added another R to it. Yeah, if you're playing, let me know, and I'll see you when the game launches. So let me know in the comments how you feel. Thank you.